Ah, my great nation. My great and glorious nation, nation of Scotland. Thank you. Yes, glorious. Terminally ill tourist on bucket list trip to Scotland has motorbike stolen 24 hours after arriving. Welcome. Welcome to this beautiful country. I hope you've enjoyed your stay. I hope you enjoyed ticking this off of your bucket list. American Brett Anderson had toured around Europe on his bike before ending his trip in Scotland with his wife, but it was stolen in Edinburgh before they even set off. So before it even began, a terminally ill tourist, and there he is there, the fucking poor guy. A terminally ill tourist who had come to Scotland to fulfil some bucket list rides had his motorbike stolen on the same day he arrived. Airline pilot Brett Anderson for Virginia in the US was recently diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis, and it has always been his dream to bike around Europe. The 55-year-old decided to take the leap while he was still well enough to ride and arrived in Edinburgh on Thursday at the end of his European tour with plans to travel around the Highlands, Edinburgh Live reports. By the way, just going for a drive around the Highlands, fucking beautiful. Beautiful. Highlands and the areas north of it as well. Most beautiful part of the country. Most beautiful part of the country by far. So it's like going around that on a motorbike, yeah, good choice, good choice. However, after having dinner with a friend and his wife, he came back to find his bike had been stolen less than 24 hours after arriving in the capital. And that's in Edinburgh as well. They're all pussies. That's in Edinburgh. Imagine what the rest of it's like. Brett purchased the bike in Ireland before setting out from Lisbon. He toured over 500 miles and 12 countries across Europe before ending in Edinburgh with his wife. While the two had previously been to Scotland, they had always hoped to see the Highlands. However, the bike was stolen by local yobs. Local yobs. That's the youths or Neds. The couple were out to dinner in the new town, and when they returned to the hotel, they found the bike missing, despite it being chained to a lamppost and having the steering locked. Brett said, I called my friend after to talk to him and ask how to call the police. And Brett, it's 999. Call 101 for non-emergencies. It took maybe a half hour for them to show up, 20 minutes to half an hour. That's actually a pretty good response time. That's actually a very, very good response time. For police here. That's very, very fast. That's the fastest time I've ever heard of. Until someone, posts a tweet. He took all the information of the bike and where we had parked it, and they said it happens a lot, and he didn't really say if there was a chance to recover it or not. They didn't really offer any hope or say anything. Yep, that sounds like our police. They just said they would look for CCTV. They won't. There were some cameras at the hotel, but we couldn't see the bike from those cameras because it was so far down from the hotel. Yeah, we didn't really know what to do. We considered staying for a few days, but in the end, the hotel was really expensive because of the fringe. Yeah, they bump up the hotel prices because of the fringe, and we weren't in a festive mood, so we just ended up getting a last-minute flight. That's fucking shite. That's a sin. We even considered renting a bike, but we really weren't in the mood. It's hard to explain, but sometimes you get attached to a machine, and I've been through so many adventures on that bike. I loved it. My wife loved it, and we were just kind of heartbroken. I especially couldn't believe it because I took all the proper precautions. I left it in a well-lit area. It was busy, but not too busy. There were people around. I thought thieves wouldn't try to nick it if it was in a well-lit area with people. You underestimate our thieves. I locked it with a big chain and locked the steering. All the conventional wisdom was that if thieves are looking to steal something, if it's hard for them to steal it, then they will move on. It wasn't like it was a 30k bike that they would really want. It was a nearly 20-year-old sports bike worth 4k or 5k at the most. They're the easiest ones to get rid of. The incident ruined the trip for the pair of them, and despite support from the Edinburgh biking community, they chose to go back home and hopefully return to Scotland another time. However, Brett said he was nevertheless deeply touched by the kindness shown to him by the bikers in the capital after the incident was spread around on social media. Brett said the outpouring of support from the bike community in Edinburgh has been amazing. I had strangers writing to me on Instagram, giving me their support, offering to loan me their bikes if I wanted to continue, offering me places to stay. That really touched my wife and I of how supportive people were. That's good and wholesome. That's lovely. A police Scotland spokesperson said officers are carrying out inquiries after a motorbike was stolen from Rutland Street Street in Edinburgh on Thursday, the 25th of August, 2022. The theft is believed to have occurred between 6:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Anyone with information is asked to contact Police Scotland on 101, quoting blah blah blah. Yeah, they're never going to find that bike. See the police turning up and just sort of going like, oh yeah, we'll look at CCTV. That's them. They come out, they file the report, they do nothing after that. They do not fucking care. They don't. But yeah, that's actually rotten. I got a terminally ill guy coming to like bike around like the beautiful Highlands and stuff like that, and then so some absolute wee fannies for Edinburgh steal his bike. It's absolutely shite. However, if you spot the bike, I believe it's this one. I think it's this one. If you spot it, like phone the police because that's pure shite.